morning in New York City.
All right, another episode of the Elite Show with MSCS Media with Michael Dowd and Bobby Check. Just kidding. Bobby CzYz. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm doing good, bro. What's on?
Same old. Thank you, Mike, again, as always.
I'm happy to be here. It seems like I've become a regular part of John's show.
Absolutely. And John?
I want to say hello to my special episode of the Elite Show is sponsored by HelloFresh. If you watched previous episodes of the show, you saw we highlighted Green Chef. Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh. And with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. I love switching between the brands. And now my listeners can enjoy both brands at a discount with me. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, affordable, and that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. America's #1 meal kit.
The new year is a great time to focus on what's most important to you, whether it's saving money by ordering less takeout, learning to cook, or prioritizing your wellness. HelloFresh is here to help you with endless options to make cooking at home simple and enjoyable. By skipping the grocery store and using HelloFresh, you're reducing your food waste by at least 25%. HelloFresh delivers pre-proportioned ingredients so you're not overbuying, which is a burden on the planet and your wallet.
Hey, HelloFresh came to my doorstep today. And you know, everybody knows I love the chicken. So I ate the pecan crusted chicken the other day. And today I tried the steakhouse pork chops. And I'm a big steak eater. So it was really, I really enjoy these meals. They're easy. And I'm no chef. So this is something that's very convenient for me. And I hate going to the grocery store. So this is one of the best deals I can pass on to anybody that's friends, family, and people listening. Buy HelloFresh. It's convenient, healthy, and great stuff. Go to HelloFresh.com/Elite16 and use code Elite16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Go to HelloFresh.com/Elite16. Use code Elite16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. #1. And guest, Bobby CzYz. What's up, brother?
Oh, man, we go back some time, bro. We got a lot of years of good memories, man. It's good.
Key Club days, Atlantic City, especially when we were kids.
So how did you two meet each other?
Oh, man, we mutual friends.
We had a mutual friend, Steve, who put us together, and he knew we were both kind of crazy.
Bobby been through a lot with me, actually. Actually, I got to tell you, he's one of my loyal friends. Come to visit me in prison. And we've always been in touch. We had another friend of ours that's not around anymore. We lost him, unfortunately, to suicide. A good friend of ours, Brian, and I hate to bring that up on our show because we're laughing. He was a great guy. And so we had a lot of good friendships over the years.
Mike, Bobby should be dead about 6 times, right, Bobby?
I think only 3 or 4.
All right.
But
I exaggerated.
But yeah, I'm in the category, so to speak.
Hey, Bobby, for the people who don't know you, and there's not too many that don't, can you tell them about your career as far as when you started and how many titles you won and Boxing Hall of Fame of, you tell them.
Well, yeah, if we take this back to the early days, I was 10 years old when my father demanded that I become a boxer. Me and my brothers, Vince and Tony, Vince was 9, Tony was 7. They got a picture, I'm 10, there's 10, 9, and 7. There's 3 kids that were like babies, going to the gym and training every day. My father forced us to do it. We had no choice. And I said to him, how long do I have to do this? He said, till I say so. Now, if you knew my father, you knew that meant, okay, we're in trouble. So as time went by and I started to get really well acclimated with the boxing game, and I had some people in the gym who noticed me, and by the time I was 15 and doing this, I was fighting guys and sparring with guys that were ranked in the top 50 in the world. And I went, hey, I can handle this guy. He's a grown man. He's 26. I'm 15. I can whoop his ass. I can do this.
Did you fuck him up?
Not real bad, but I held my own and I held a lot of his.
Well, I'm going to tell you something that you always held. He's got one of the best chins in boxing ever.
Oh, I know. When I was researching him before he came in with me, the fucking guy, you got to like basically kill the guy to get him to go.
Well, I'll tell you something else. He's got a brother that's very good with his hands. He's a chiropractor that's very good friends with my friend Jesse Lieberman, too.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony's good friends with Jesse. So we have a lot of, growing up since we're kids, a lot of mutual stuff going on. And but his jaw was, and not only a jaw, but you were a great commentator. I have a lot of people that don't know you from commentating. He was a Showtime commentator. He was all over, and he was going to be a doctor before boxing, which was the other unique thing.
Yeah, I had 4 partial pre-med scholarships to become an orthopedic surgeon and a senatorial appointment to go to West Point for a free year full ride. And here's the weird thing. I mean, and this will offend some people, and I am sorry.
Too bad. We offend here.
I don't believe in God, so I'm like, nah, that's not going to work for me. I need to be in history, and I need to be in the books. I need to be remembered forever. So I chose the choice. I chose boxing. I chose to be I chose to chase the dream of being a world champion.
Yeah.
And now that I have 3 world titles,
And Mike,
I can't die.
on top of that, he's a member of MENSA. Explain to everybody what MENSA is. I mean, you did it before. But,
I know what MENSA is.
but-
I have 3 ex-girlfriends that are members of MENSA. What do you think I'm doing here on this planet?
I'm questioning their.
The fuck you think? I mean, every time I open my mouth, I get questions.
If you have 3 girlfriends that are members of MENSA, ex-girlfriends, I have questions
current.
I have questions about their qualifications.
He's a smart ass, too.
Not only episode is sponsored by Private Internet Access, America's #1 virtual private network, or VPN. Even if you use incognito mode, your internet service provider is storing your browsing data, and many times even selling it. But Private Internet Access, or PIA, can help. PIA encrypts and reroutes your internet traffic through one of its own servers, hiding your data from your internet service provider or network administrator. And with servers in over 75 countries, you can get unrestricted access to geo-block content around the world. PIA comes with easy-to-use apps and browser extensions for all devices, a rock-solid privacy policy, open-source security, advanced customization settings, and it was just ranked the fastest VPN in the world by PC Mag. And if you sign up with PIA right now, you can take advantage of a special deal only for the Elite Show with MSCS Media listeners. Special deal available right now only by using the link www.privateinternetaccess.com/John Elite. That's www.privateinternetaccess.com/John Elite. You can get a complete digital privacy for less than $2 a month and 4 extra months for free. Means only $1.98 a month at 83% off. That's so much more inexpensive than virtually every other VPN on the market. And if you get it right now, you could take PIA 30-day risk-free challenge. You could try it for 30 days and see if you like it. If not, you just return it all for a full refund. So click on www.privateinternetaccess.com/John Elite and try out the best VPN on the planet, completely risk-free. That's www.privateinternetaccess.com/John Elite and try out the best VPN on the planet, completely risk-free.
Fight, he's a smart ass.
He really is a fucking member of MENSA. He really fucking is. I'm not fucking with you.
MENSA, listen, MENSA is. Here's the weird thing about it. MENSA is
140 and up. Go ahead.
No. That's just it. That's just it. It's not just any IQ test.
Oh, yeah.
MENSA is a top 2%.
Yeah.
In the 98th percentile, but only a test that they accept as acceptable, that has the credibility of what they deserve. They feel deserves MENSA. And I'm like, I took the tests. There were 2 tests. You take.
Is this before you had this lobotomy or after the lobotomy?
Way after.
Because I want what you got then.
and he took it in the middle, right? I mean, after a pile of hits.
Yeah.
I took it in 1993, so I had already been
Well, yeah.
boxing from the age of 10 to 93. So you're still talking about a lot of years.
Right.
A lot of punches to the head.
Yeah.
A lot of well, as the doctors would tell you, hundreds of thousands of concussions.
Yeah.
And they were worried about. And I'm like, I'm fine, doc. I'll talk you too. Don't worry about it. But
You know, he fought Evander Holyfield.
No, I
don't know if you guys know
Yeah,
that.
hey, put hot sauce.
I didn't know you fought Evander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's above his weight class.
Listen,
no, not at the time.
not at the time.
Oh, Evander was lighter or you were heavier?
I was 209. He was 210. So it
You
wasn't.
went at 209. You're not that big. Like, I could maybe do 209.
No, his
I
legs,
just
his legs
lost-
are like
I
tree
just-
trunks.
Yeah.
I just lost weight to 195. I used to be 220
did
walking around. Yeah.
But your legs are phenomenal. If he doesn't know, but what I
24,
Yeah, well, I got sticks.
24
I got
thighs.
sticks.
if you see his calves,
If
and
I
his
had
thighs-
legs, I'd be
Yeah.
260.
And hey, by the way, before I came down, Bob, you know, I was in Georgia. I was with Bo, you know, who's you're good friends with his father, and
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Andre, his dad, Andre.
and his brother's a professional basketball player
Oh no,
in Germany.
Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Bobby.
Yeah.
You had two different bows.
Yeah.
Two different.
Hold,
yeah.
hold, you got to stop for a minute. You guys have jumped way far ahead.
Well, I had to tell him about that because on the way down, I was going to stop.
Yeah, no, Bo is with Bobby Fowles, my
Yeah,
buddy.
Bobby's son.
Yeah,
And his other son's in Germany. For the people I want to say hello to, let's say hello to Bobby's other son in Germany. He's a professional basketball player. A lot of Albanians there. I got a big community.
So who's
So
Bo?
you guys-
No, we're just trying to figure out who Bo is.
Bo's captain. Remember when I spoke about him? He's a captain in the Army.
Oh,
And,
okay.
I-
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, on the
I
way
went to
down.
see him,
4
yeah.
days of...
And his dad's real good friends with Bobby. Bobby. And his other son is a professional basketball player in Germany. So we got a lot going on friendship stuff and family and different things.
You'd be surprised how small the world is.
Oh,
I'm
it's insane.
realizing
It's really
it real
amazing.
quick.
But you wouldn't
really
want to have to paint it.
No,
That's a Mensa thing, I guess. I'm gonna call one of my exes and see if I can figure that one out.
Bobby.
Okay.
Yes, another Mensa thing.
Didn't know what to say to that, okay, bro? Okay.
No, but I had a question, and you guys kept carrying on about this. So you said you met him in Atlantic City.
we used to go to the Key Club when he was fighting as a kid.
Right, but we met each other before we knew each other.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
We
That's
knew
what
each other through a mutual friend, Steve.
Right, but
That's how we knew each other.
He's a Woodhaven, right? Woodhaven, or
Oh, he's North Jersey. I'm Woodhaven. My friend Steve's in
so?
North
How do you
Jersey.
end up in Jersey?
Oh, I moved to Jersey years
No.
early.
Early?
Oh, early. I had bought houses there.
No. But when he was young still.
So was
Before-
I in the 80s.
Oh, you're talking
he
about
was
in the
Jersey.
80s.
I bought houses in 84
when you were bouncing
and
around
85.
Atlantic City. For
We
real.
were all over. We used to go to the Key Club a lot. He was fighting in Atlantic
When I
City.
fought in Atlantic City, the place to go was one of two places, and Key Club was one of them.
Okay, so that's where you would.
Saba was the owner.
I thought maybe when you were 14 or 15, but I knew you grew
No,
up
no,
on-
no, no,
in the
no,
you know,
No,
Howard
it
Beach,
was
whatever,
past
over
that. It was way past that.
there. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. That's why I'm. Yeah.
Well,
quick jump
if-
there for a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
Because he said he was 15 fighting, and then you said, I met you in Atlantic City.
No. The 15 fighting was when I realized that I could
That you
be
could
a
beat guys
pro,
up. Yeah.
but that I could beat grown men up, and
Right.
that I went, okay, I'm not going to go to college. I'm going to be this.
Right.
And my father said, you have 2 years to do this. If in 2 years you're not making this,
Right.
and literally within one fight or two fights, I was making more money than he made in a year. He went, okay, you can do
You can
this.
do it. But that's amazing how intelligent he is. I just spent an hour with him before here.
What are you trying to say? Bobby looks stupid. He only about
I
a
didn't
foot
say-
away from you. He'll get up and hit you with a
No, I
right
didn't
hand.
say it looks stupid, but
No, I'm the only world.
guys in
I'm-
the fight game don't.
Yeah.
No,
generally-
that's the notorious. That's the. Like,
generally.
but here's the.
They
Here's
take a lot of hits.
Here's the garbage that goes with it. Because I'm a member of Mensa and I have a genius IQ, like every once in a while I'll see a person, I'll run into somebody and they'll go, "Wow, you're pretty well spoken for a fighter."
Right.
I said, "So if I was a barber, I'm stupid."
Right. Right.
Or they'll say, "Oh, you're pretty good looking for a fighter." I said, "So if I'm a carpenter, I'm ugly."
You know what you do, Bobby? You hit him with the racist.
Well,
That's the new thing now.
no,
I'm just fucking
yeah,
with you, but you know.
I get
No.
it, but I don't do that. I don't play that.
No, I'm
garbage.
fucking with you.
No, I appreciate that,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. I get it. I'm the only world champion in history to be a member of Mensa.
That's important.
Fuck yeah.
Well, it's an interesting accomplishment.
Absolutely.
But there was one other fighter, Henry Milligan from Princeton, who was a member of Mensa, genius IQ like myself, bright guy, brilliant, but has trouble talking now from the fight game because he can't speak that clearly. I feel bad when I mean, I've talked to him sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God. And there are other people I've met through the years that I've sparred with and played with and blah, 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 fight-wise. Can't talk. Can't speak a word of English.
Go ahead, John.
No,
I thought you had something.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. But, again, when you ask some of these questions, I think I told this story last time, Bob. When we went to the Holmes. We went to the Larry Holmes, Jerry Cooney 20th anniversary. Telling that. So we're all in a limousine. It was him, Barkley, myself, Vito Antifermo, Prince Badi was very close with.
Prince Badi,
Charles Barkley was in it?
No, Barkley, the fighter.
I ran Barkley.
I
ran Barkley.
And we got out to go to a club, and the only guy in probably in America who didn't know who everybody was tried to stop us at the door, and one of our friends owned the place. And you're with some legends of fighters. Bobby himself is a legend, and Vito Antifermo was one of the toughest fighters when, back in the day. He was an unbelievable fighter, and you had
Barkley.
Barkley that was incredible, fought Duran, and then Larry Holmes, obviously, and Jerry Cooney was their 20th anniversary from their fight. So, it was a great night. And so when you go through history and you see guys like Bobby, I mean, for me, he's a personal friend, but to the world, he's a legend.
Right.
And, people forget that sometimes because you're very...
I still have a problem accepting that a little bit. I mean, and they always say, oh, you're a legend. I'm like, listen, all right, whatever.
Well, we walked through, I'll tell you what, we walked through the Mohegan Sun, and we couldn't go 5 feet without everybody grabbing at
Yeah, it was really weird, but nice.
He's very...
nice.
Yeah,
well,
but
you're
Bobby,
very humble. He's a humble guy.
and very down to earth.
Yeah. I just spent over an hour with him.
Yeah.
He's very humble, absolutely, and well versed in a lot of different things that we shouldn't probably get into in here because we might scare half the fucking audience off. But,
like what? Like what?
I don't want to start.
Like what?
No.
Now he's talking about the Donald Trump stuff.
No.
And he's talking about politics and Donald Trump and Joe Biden and all that.
But the fun thing about him is that he's got a pretty good memory for a guy who took a lot of hits too. I mean, he's got dates, times.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you talk about the Trump. I'm walking on the beach, and I called Bobby afterwards. I'm down here. I'm on the beach. This is last year.
Right.
And I got a jacket on, American jacket, and Trump and whatever it was. And some guy's calling me. I go, oh, here we go. He's gonna want to, we're gonna have a fight here on the beach because of clothing.
Yeah, right.
And I turned around and it was Carmine, the owner of Ringside Magazine. He goes, I'm Bobby's friend, Ringside Magazine. Remember me? And we hung out a little bit and whatever. So I still get stopped from people that are mutual friends, but his friend, and he's known, back to what I said. He's a legend, whether you want to, you're humble about it, but recognize it or not. It's just a fact of life.
Look,
Well, Mike,
I do. I'm not stupid by any stretch of the imagination. I understand that anybody who's fought in 6 different weight divisions and won world championships in 3 of them,
Fuck yes. It's
probably not a bad fighter.
I thought it was.
That's right.
Yeah, and he could be considered a legend,
And
like they say about me.
and then after all,
And that's a fact.
after all that,
For other
shit,
reasons.
and then you go to commentating with Showtime.
That's important. That's
And
what I want to get to.
well, yeah, now we were talking about that on the phone, and say to what you said to me on the phone, because I didn't realize that it was that much fucking work to do Showtime.
Here's the thing.
Well, look what you're doing here.
People
I know,
think-
but I didn't realize
people don't understand what goes into what Tommy does here.
Well,
People don't understand what goes into that, what kind of preparation goes into that, and at the same time, if you're doing a live show of Mike Tyson having a world title fight on Showtime, what goes in? They don't understand what goes into that. Before the fight day even shows up, you have days of preparation, rehearsals, hours and hours and hours, hundreds of times over, that you're making sure everything's perfect, this, that, and the other thing. And then you have the event where anything could happen that you have to react to, address, and take care of, and you have to do it the right way. And it's not always that simple.
Well, again, you're an incredible, knowledgeable fighter. There's a lot of knowledgeable fighters, but they don't get behind a mic and they're not good. He's a well-spoken guy who's going to be a doctor, whose ability to carry a conversation and speak is above the average guy. So I think that's made you one of the greatest commentators, actually, also outside the ring.
You'll love this comment.
They do say.
how long did you commentate?
I commentated for Showtime. Well, I commentated before that for other different spot
Different-
stuff.
yes, yeah,
different, USA, ESPN, number of different
Okay,
places.
all right.
But for Showtime was 10 years and a few months, 10 and a half years. But here's the funny thing.
And he did it while he was fighting, too.
When I went up to Canastota, New York, for to do a lot of the boxing inductions, the Hall of Fame, New York, Canastota, and Don Dunphy, the voice of boxing for 50 years.
Yeah.
And I congratulated him. He said, Bobby, he said, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this to your face. He said, I couldn't carry your shoes. He said, nobody has ever done this as well as you've done this. And I said, listen, Don, you did this for 50 years. I said I'd done it for less than 10.
Look at you,
Bobby.
Bobby.
There we are. There we are. There you are with me.
Oh, yeah, we're hanging out.
Yeah, we come up. We come up like a motherfucker.
When he fought Holyfield.
I remember him at that weight now. Yeah.
The boys are hanging out. Oh my God, that's when I had the broken wrist. Oh my God.
Yeah.
After the Hampshire fight, I broke the right hand. Yeah.
And what I think is also impressive is you were doing Showtime while you're still fighting. Like, you weren't retired when you were doing Showtime. And you did the Tyson Holyfield fight with the ear.
Well, that was the only time in my life that I was speechless. I went, I don't even know what to say.
Oh, geez.
I didn't know what to say. He bit his ear off.
Twice.
Oh, yeah.
How do you address that?
And you were very friendly with Mike Tyson.
I know Mike very well.
Yeah.
And Mike, and look, and here's the thing.
Mike's a great guy.
Here's some things that people don't understand. I had one time, I consider myself a good, clean fighter. One time I got penalized for elbowing a guy in the face during a fight. And I went back to the corner and I said to Tommy Parks, I said, what the hell did they take the point away from me for? What did I do? He said, you elbowed the son of a bitch right in the face. Really? I went home and watched the fight. It was Daniel Lalonde. And I hit him right in the face with a forearm. I don't remember it. I don't know why I did it. I was beating the hell out of him for the whole fight. I have no idea why I did it. Now with Mike, he was a little frustrated because he was getting headbutted and elbowed and whatever. And yeah, Holyfield, he knows the game. He knows that little stuff he can get away with. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I'm no Boy Scout, as the saying goes. At the same time, I don't cheat.
Right.
He does a little bit, I guess, and I've heard it a lot. Bert Cooper told me the same thing. He said, Bobby, as soon as I knocked him down, next round, I was blinded. I couldn't see anything. I said, I know.
Oh, the hot sauce on the glove thing, or whatever.
I said, yeah. I kind of.
I've heard this now.
I kind of feel your pain. I know this. I had it happen to me. 2 years later, 2 years after the fight, state troopers told me they found out what it was. Tabasco sauce.
On the gloves against you.
Yep.
And you still have problems today from that because when we went down to eat last time.
I can't see.
Bobby, did you ever hurt anybody real bad in the ring? Kill anybody in the ring over your career?
Did ever what?
Hurt anybody real bad in the ring or killed anybody in the ring?
I wanted to, but I didn't.
Come on.
No,
I can't picture you I can't picture you angry.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm not talking about even.
I mean, fighting, but not out of
just woke him the fuck up. Now look at him. You woke him up.
No, yeah, you woke me up. You woke me up. The demon's coming out.
Yeah.
The shit's gonna happen. Here's the thing.
I do that to people.
I try to explain this to people. It's very difficult for them to understand. In a fight, while I'm in a fight, if you're my opponent and my title's on the line, if I know for a fact the very next punch I'm going to hit you with is going to kill you dead and you're never going to be alive again, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to lose my title.
Right.
In other words, if I don't hit you with that punch, I'm going to lose my title. You're going to die.
There's a reason I asked you that question to get to a point. Me and you were at your house years ago and we were watching fight tapes. I think Stephen Locke was with us at the time. And I don't remember the fighter. It was, they tried to stop the fight and his corner wouldn't allow him and he broke his neck. And I don't remember the fighter's name. Maybe Terrence something, or I don't remember who broke his neck. We were going through the fight frame for frame.
I don't remember that one off the top of my head either. But there are times when corners have been negligent just because they want their fighter to win and they want to make more money in the next fight.
Yeah,
there is a degree of greed involved in any sport, every sport. They want their athlete to do the best, earn the most.
Yeah.
At all costs.
Was that?
We know Vinny Paz. We're friendly with him. Vinny broke his neck in a car accident.
Car accident.
Yeah.
So I knew that immediately. That's what came to my forefront of my head.
He was a tough fighter too, Vinny.
Yeah.
He's out of Rhode Island.
Took
He's
a lot
tough
of hits.
Kid.
He took,
took a lot of hits.
I mean, the other man.
he's a great
Boom Boom,
fighter.
right?
Boom Boom
Did you ever
Mancini.
fight Boom
His
Boom?
father Lenny. These guys. What they weren't on. I still, great fighters. They just weren't on the level of Bobby. Be honest, not because we're friends, but in my heart, I don't believe they were on near the level of what you were. So I think they're a little shy of you. I mean, listen, Vinny was a great fighter.
Boom Boom.
Boom Boom Mancini. His dad was, a tough guy. I think he rushed him up. I think when he fought, I think was it Arguello? Who did he
Arguello,
fight? Arguello, who just destroyed him. He had no
destroyed him.
business in the ring with Arguello at that
Yeah,
time.
it was just too much.
Yeah, too much for him.
It just a step too.
Yeah.
a little further
They
than
rushed
he
him in against him. They shouldn't have put him in with him.
It wasn't even a rush. It was never going to happen.
Yeah,
in that context.
Yeah.
What'd
It was a mistake.
you think of Ward? Did that Ward knock down Sugar Ray? Do you remember Ward? Was it Mickey Ward?
Oh, you're talking Mickey Ward fought Arturo Gatti.
Yeah.
At 3 fights, and Arturo was also a friend of ours and
Mickey,
dated.
I was saying Mickey. Yeah, but Mickey Ward could fight.
Oh, Mickey was a tough guy.
He's a tough guy.
Did you ever stand against him, fight him? I mean,
They were too small for me.
No.
They were small. Okay,
They were
yeah.
smaller than me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he fought with the famous 3 fights. It was 3 fights, I think, against
Yeah, it was a trilogy.
Arturo Gatti.
Gaddy, yeah.
Yeah, and Gatti's a great guy, and he had a brother who was a fighter too, Joey. Joey was tough, but Arturo,
but Joey
in
wasn't
my
as tough
opinion,
as
got killed
Arturo.
in Brazil. No, not like, and Arturo, another guy, great guy.
And Arturo got killed in Brazil.
Brazil,
For a woman, and
yeah.
it was a dumb.
I was there at the
stupid.
time when he got killed. Yeah.
And you know what? Look, he got played by something stupid.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not going to go into that because it's the oldest. Let's just say it's the oldest story in history about the man and the woman and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, right.
There you are in a suit, Bobby.
We're gonna have one of his.
Yeah.
We're
right
gonna
there in a suit on Showtime.
We're gonna have one of
Yeah,
Arturo's
sure.
Tommy. We're gonna have one of Arturo's ex-girls. Very good friend of mine since we're kids. Was a ring girl that dated him prior to that happening. We're gonna bring her in on the show on that.
Great,
Yeah.
great. So, Bobby, when you're doing Showtime, right? Think of one time, or commentating, think of one time when something really went wrong. Not the Mike Tyson situation, just, hardware, software problems, just where a nightmare, it's a live fight, it's the main event. What happened and how'd you handle it?
Well, here's the thing. Every once in a while, something may go wrong with your hearing. Like the trucks, everything. The truck, we call it the truck. They're outside the studio or outside the arena in the truck. All the cables are brought in. This is how.
They wire it from outside into the arena? Really?
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, lots of.
truck.
Oh yeah. I mean, you have especially on when
Miles of cables. Yeah.
You got cables everywhere, so there could be like a time when you're talking and nothing's being transmitted.
Did that ever happen during a main event?
This is on and off over the years. I don't recall specifically with great specificity and exactitude.
Like
that,
the
okay,
time.
this is what happened.
Right.
This day, this moment, this instant. But yeah, it's always happened where people, and you have to deal with it.
And how do you handle it? So if you can't hear or your mic goes off, give me a situation when that happened.
Me and Steve would joke about it.
Yeah.
We would come back online and we would
Okay.
joke about it. Say, okay, where'd you go? What'd you do?
That's the best way to deal with it is just like
You make light of
it.
It's almost
Yeah.
like self-deprecation.
Yeah,
You
that's
make
good.
light of something that's happened, even if it's you that's happened to.
You're at the expense.
Deal with it. You
Right.
Just deal with it.
Do you remember as a pro fighter who's the first guy to put you on the canvas and you came back up? Do you remember or no?
Absolutely, Willie Edwards.
Yeah.
You know that.
We had that conversation.
Yeah, and the end of the second round, he
Yeah.
hit me and I went down. End of the first round, he hit me and knocked me. I didn't actually hit the canvas. I hit
It
the
was
bottom
yeah,
rope.
right.
They called it a knockdown,
It was a flash.
and it pissed me off, and I knocked him out the next round.
Right.
Is that technically a knockdown by rules?
Yes.
Yeah,
by
yeah.
rules.
Really?
But that's why they.
But that's not an amateur, right, Bobby?
No, that's pro.
Yeah, because when I buy, I don't. But that's only when you turn
No, it's
pro.
funny.
Right?
My brother Vince, who's a writer who is in that realm, had somebody send him a book. Said that Sean Mannion, Irish kid, we know by his name,
Right.
a smaller guy than me, junior welterweight or junior middleweight or whatever he was. Somebody wrote in his book that he knocked me down in sparring. I'm not sure I ever sparred with him. I might have, but I have never been knocked down in sparring. And I've sparred with guys that were 6'7" that weighed 290, 292, 287. Ray Mercer, 250, 250,
290.
235.
Big
Hey,
mother.
Ray Mercer couldn't bang back then.
No. You asked Ray Mercer.
Yeah,
Ray
yeah.
Mercer once hit me with the best right hand he ever threw. And he was right in front of me at 235. I was 195 at the time. I couldn't even. He was right in front of me. I couldn't see him.
Yeah.
I didn't know where he was, but I just started punching because that was my instinct.
Yeah.
And I hit him with a few combinations. He said, "I hit you with the best punch I ever threw in my life. How'd you hit me back?"
Bobby, when you get hit like that and you're a little bit dazed, how long does it take to get like the cloud to shake the cloud?
See, here's the thing. That's an individual thing. I like to believe that my toughness comes through two things: the natural structure of my birth, my genetics, that I'm born tough. But at the same time, I believe my attitude is that I don't believe anybody can keep me on the floor for 10 seconds.
So it's mind over matter type of thing.
A lot of it I don't mind because you don't matter.
That was good. That was a good one, Bobby.
So Bobby,
That was good.
Bobby, I'm chomping at
Rob's
the bit.
cheering on your
I'm
back.
chomping. The hardest hitter consistently that hit you.
No question. Ray Mercer. That
Okay.
I told you Ray
that
Mercer
man,
could bang.
Hardest
That
hitter.
man can punch.
Okay. The person that surprised you, not that they hit you,
Good
but
question.
surprised you the most.
Corey Sanders, 6'5", 245, 6'5", 245 pounds. The speed he had with his weight was he knocked me out in the second round. They stopped it, but
Okay.
I could not even deal with the speed he had
Wow.
at that weight and the power it was
Bobby, you ever run into Bone Crusher Smith over the years? I know as
I've seen him. I've
Yes.
talked with him. We've
Yeah,
had
yeah,
pictures
we've seen
taken.
him,
But, I mean, we're part of the community, but
right, not in the ring.
I don't know him very well. No,
Yeah.
I'm not in the ring.
And another question is from me is, what surprised you the most against somebody where the fight went way better for you than you actually thought was going to happen? Let's just put it out there like you went in against whoever.
Okay.
It could be your first, your 10th. It doesn't matter.
I fought a guy named Jim the Schoolboy Baker. And I've always made this joke. If I've started the fight at 9:30, I want to be done by 9:31.
Okay.
With him, I was done by 9:30 and a half.
Okay. So
I knocked him out in 30
surprised you
seconds.
that much?
I didn't. I expected him to be tough because they call him
Okay.
tough Schoolboy
Okay.
Baker.
So it did surprise.
But I knocked
you.
him out in 30 seconds.
Right. So wow.
I'm like,
Okay.
really?
I can go home now.
And I knew other guys that had fought him, like Alex Ramos fought him to a decision. And I knew Alex Ramos. We sparred together and whatever. And
Right. So you knew you thought he was tougher than he acted.
I thought,
Right. Right.
lo and behold, what do you know?
Okay. Well, there you go. That's interesting.
Ray Mercer's a big motherfucker.
Oh, he's a big guy, but
No, Ray could punch.
Look at I mean,
No, I know. No.
But the speed.
he had some snaps behind his
hard
punch,
or-
and he'll tell you again.
And here's the funny thing: Holyfield dropped Mercer, but never dropped me.
Yeah,
Who's this guy? Look at
yeah.
that. He's-
I said that you had some jaw.
And here's
You
the
went
thing.
right at Holyfield whole fight.
Holyfield, I did it on purpose. Here's why. I thought Holyfield's going to underestimate me. He's never going to believe I could take his shots. He's going to think I'm going to blow me out in 2 rounds, and that's his end. He didn't train.
Right.
He didn't
You
train.
knew that, though. You knew that.
I knew that.
Yeah, you knew that.
And then they started to worry about all the next big money with Mike Tyson, possibly, which is what catapulted him to that next fight. And then here's the funny thing: Mike Tyson saw how bad he fought against me. Mike Tyson undertrained for Holyfield.
Yeah, yeah.
Cost him that fight. In the second fight, I think he just lost his mind.
There's some young fighters out there now. One of them, Denny Brown's a trainer, good friend of ours, Prince Badi's old trainer. He's away with some fighters, so I want to give him a shout out, say hello to him. And he handled a friend of mine whose son also fights from the UK, Michael. And he came here, trained here. He's fighting Virgil Ortiz. He's Michael McKinson, young, fast fighter. The other guy is from the Carolinas, is my friend Adam Esposito, who handles Vaughn. An up-and-coming, he's 15-0. We had lunch a couple of months ago together. So I want to say hello to all these guys. And this kid's going to be some fighter, pro fighter. He's got a ton of talent, great father that really sticks on his,
he's
his
only
corner on his
27
side.
too.
Yeah,
27,
he's still a young
5'9".
fighter.
Southpaw.
And again, I like to say, give these guys some
Shout
props
out.
because they're going to be fighters, I believe, in the category of his talent, of Bobby's talent.
Bobby, who is Rob? Go back to that one where that guy's getting smashed.
Right there.
Who is that, Bobby? You know who that is?
Ray Mercer,
Yeah, no,
Tommy
Oh,
Morrison.
you told Tommy Morrison. He's the one. He's the one that played in. I think he played in Rocky. Yeah.
Played in a Rocky movie, yeah. But Tommy,
Well,
that's Tommy. See, here's the thing with Tommy
Mercer
Morrison.
ended
How
him
about
on that
this?
one.
I tried to fight Tommy Morrison. They turned me down.
Yeah.
Know why?
Yeah.
Tommy Morrison, no matter how hard he hit me,
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I'm gonna hit him
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
a lot,
at some point. Yeah.
and he's gonna.
And
that's
it's not going to like
He
it.
passed away some years
Yeah.
ago.
Well, yeah, well, he did some bad things.
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
life. He had.
Unfortunately.
He had his own demons he had to deal with.
Yeah.
And look, I guess we all do, right, Johnny?
Yeah. Yeah.
We all have our own
some
demons.
yeah.
And look,
We've been through it.
at the end of the day, here's the thing. I have this saying. They always jokingly say, "He who dies with the most toys wins." No, because some people are born with unreasonable or unfair access to all the toys. If you're born to the president, you're born rich. He or she who's born with and dies with the best memories, that's
I always say that.
That's
Memories
the
are
one-
the only thing that nobody can take from you.
no
They can't.
way, no way.
And it's true.
Yeah,
You
that's
can do whatever you want. Even people with Alzheimer's.
I mean, if you went to the joint, all you have is memories when you're in there, right?
Why you got to bring us back there?
I'm just saying.
But it's true,
But-
right?
I don't know him. Do you know him?
I don't know, Bobby.
Who is that?
Bobby. And even when you have Alzheimer's, you remember the past. You remember, like you go back
You
50
remember
years.
yesterday, and yesterday was like 20 years ago.
Right, but still you remember 20 years
Yep.
ago, right?
My father's in a nursing home. He still talks about boxing, and he remembers
Memories.
everything.
See,
he
that's-
remembers all his fights. If you
Even
ask him anything about Bobby's fights,
This might be a sore thumb.
That is my
This
that is
might be a sore thumb
see,
here.
that is my proof, right?
the new
memories
fight-
Yeah, you're right.
can never
The
fucking
MMA
go.
thing. How do you feel about it?
Listen, the MMA is. Think about this. I'm going to break this down
Go
for you
ahead.
so you understand
Right.
it completely, and I'll do it shortly. The MMA is mixed martial arts.
Right.
So what you're doing, I am one of the mixed martial arts. I'm boxing.
Right.
Then there's karate. Then there's judo. Then there's
Jiu-jitsu,
taekwondo,
taekwondo,
and
yeah.
jiu-jitsu. Okay, so mixed martial arts means that somebody actually took the time and the energy to master all of those arts to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bitch.
Wrestling, yeah.
That's and wrestling. That's anything can happen, and if you don't know how to react to it, you're done.
Yeah. So
Wow.
you respect it.
I respect it a lot. I think it's tremendous.
Right.
I think and at the same time, I believe at the end of the day, the biggest baddest guy in that division or that and I'll explain this. Biggest baddest guy in that category
Yeah. Field.
is probably worth a little more than Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali. But here's the thing.
Worth in what? In ability to win fights?
No,
or value?
here's
in value for the public, in appreciation of the actuality of what they have to
skill level.
what they have to understand and do and be able to
Right.
do. But watch this. Here's the thing, and I can't believe it was my wife who told me this.
Oh,
Of all things, I'm like,
It happens.
One day she said,
someone woke you up.
She said, Bobby, I get it. I said, what are you talking about? She said, I get the mixed martial arts and the boxing. And what are you talking about? She said, I know why Mike Tyson makes more than the top mixed martial arts guy. I said, okay, why? I didn't know what she was talking about. She said, every little boy who walks down the street can picture himself being Mike Tyson, Michael Spinks, Larry Holmes, Bobby CzYz, this guy, that guy, because he has two hands, he has 2 feet, and he can fight. Not every boy that walks down the street pictures himself mastering 4 or 5 different disciplines of martial arts to do all of these things to come into a place where he's champion of 5 or 6 or 7 things.
So how did you feel about McGregor then going from the UFC to boxing to fight Mayweather? Because from what I read and
here's what
heard,
I understood.
he trained like a motherfucker for that fight.
But
McGregor, I mean.
I know, but I also understood it.
But I mean, how did
Watch
you
it.
feel about mixing the two together like that?
It was a business decision.
it was a show.
It was a business. No, it's
Yeah.
a business decision.
Yeah.
This is what it was. McGregor could
it's a
fight
show.
anybody in the MMA and never make a fifth of the money he would make fighting Mayweather Jr.
Yeah.
Ever.
But
I
Mayweather,
get it. That's like I said. Listen, I'll fight Mike Tyson.
Mayweather couldn't get that money fighting
I'll fight
anybody
Mike
else
Tyson.
either.
I'll fight
No
Mike
one's
Tyson
interested.
for $5 million or $10 million, and I'll fight him. I'll try and beat him because then I'll make $100 million if I beat him. But
I mean, as
But
a,
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
tell you something. In just a boxing match with Mayweather, it's a joke with McGregor getting in a ring.
right.
with
But
Mayweather.
if it's an MMA fight,
No, that's a different
It's
story.
another
Close.
joke.
It wouldn't be close.
I just put my friend's picture up, and he had a big victory in Atlantic City recently. He's a young guy. He's mixed martial arts. He's good with his. He's very, very good with his hands. And he's got a lot of talent in the future. And he's very good. I'm Albanian. He's Albanian.
Watch.
Everybody knows that. But this guy's got some talent, and he's good with his legs, and he's good with.
Tommy,
different
watch
things.
this though. I'll settle this for you. I'll settle this whole argument for you really quick.
It looks good.
Watch this. Simple. Ask Floyd Mayweather Jr. if he'll fight
McGregor.
the McGregor in a mixed martial arts.
No, he'll
fight.
never. He'll never.
No, he get killed.
Wait, he'll get killed.
But and
He'll
like you
never-
said, the money's
he'll-
in with the boxing. I just wondered as a professional,
I'm
forget the
but
money,
I'm
like
telling-
how you
look,
felt about it.
How do I feel about anything with makes your life better, makes your family better? You're doing something for your wealth and healthy well-being in the future.
Oh yeah, that's what I was asking. Because some people were like,
He's not
some,
mad.
yeah,
He's
some
not mad.
boxing
He's
fans.
not mad.
Like,
And
you know
here's
what I
the
was
thing.
getting
What it's
at.
worth. Yeah.
And here's the thing: he fought pretty good.
He trained
Oh, he
hard.
did. He
no,
did fight
trained
pretty good.
McGregor really trained.
He fought pretty well.
He trained his ass off for Floyd Mayweather.
What I think is a boxer.
You're not going to beat Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather carried him around because it's a show.
Of course.
It's a business decision, like he said.
Yeah.
But if it was a legitimate boxing match,
It won-
and
it
even
won.
at Mayweather at that age, this is one of the greatest fighters, defensive fighters, and everything else. And I'll tell you why I believe it was a show more than a boxing match. Because Mayweather had way too much experience to turn his back on McGregor, and he did one or two
I
times
saw
during a
that.
fight.
Yeah.
He'll never do that, ever. He's just too talented.
No, he would do that. You know why? He's too arrogant.
Well, he's a little arrogant.
Well,
he's a
the
little
arrogance.
arrogant,
Yeah.
but he knows to shoulder roll better than
But
anybody.
he's done
in
it
boxing.
before. He's done it before.
Yeah.
He's
But he carried him.
he's that cocky.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Now,
No,
I'm watching
and
it.
he has right to be that cocky. He's that good.
I don't doubt that he stretched the fight. Yeah.
Well, I'm
A little bit.
I'm sure. Maybe
Listen,
he did
when
a
you
little
get
bit.
it, but you get.
I don't see.
I
him
think he
popping
had
in the
fear.
ring.
I saw a little fear in his eyes.
I did too.
I
Round
saw
two.
fear in his eyes.
Round two, 'cause
I saw fear in Mayweather's eyes
Never.
early on. 100%.
Never.
No,
100%.
no, he did.
100%.
Listen, when Kimbo Slice was fighting and guys were in jail with me, they would say, if he fights Tyson, I go, you guys smoking crack.
well, Tyson-
You know how good Tyson is? Kimbo Slice gets in a ring with him and he just bitch slaps him, he's going to knock him out. And then Kimbo Slice got knocked out by some bum. And I told these guys, I go, listen, the talent
But
this
Slice-
man has,
Slice-
the talent that Tyson has.
Didn't Kimbo beat Mercer?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I forget which one it was. One of the guys beat Mercer.
I don't know. No, I don't think it was Kimbo. I mean, listen, it's possible. Listen, you know that anyway. A guy can hit you with a roundhouse right, catch you the wrong way, just clip you
I
the
think
wrong way.
the
and put you
fat
out.
guy, the
Can
fat
happen
No,
to
guy,
anybody.
what he
Guy
did
might
was
beat Mercer.
he
Who are you trying to ask
Who?
about?
Butterbean?
Butterbean.
Really?
Butterbean's like 49-0, like 49-2.
Butterbean never beat Mercer.
I
No.
don't think so, no.
No,
I would jump across the
Butterbean is
table
a
and
4-round fighter.
I'll jump
Hold on,
across the
hold on,
table and
hold
whoop
on,
your
hold
ass.
on.
Butterbean fought a lot of
Who
good
were we
fighters.
trying to figure out who
No,
fought who?
Butterbean never fought one good fighter.
Oh,
Okay, I
really?
tried.
Okay.
Butterbean couldn't beat me, and I'm retired.
Well, you're a free. You're
Butterbean's got another one. He's a smart. He made a gimmick out of it. And he's not. I mean, for a big guy, fat guy, he's decent with his hands, fast actually. And he does got a little wallop, but he ain't gonna fight anybody who's
He
really
can't.
can move.
He would not fight one guy in the top 10.
No,
in the
yeah,
heavyweight
yeah,
division,
right, I know.
without getting killed.
Get killed, 100%.
And I don't care what he said. He told me, it's funny.
Well, I just
One
watched
day
50 of his
he
fights the
said to
other
me, he
day.
said, I'll knock Mike Tyson out. No, you just want to fight him
Well, that's
because you want to make 10
but-
You want to
million.
make? You can't blame the
He
guy
was-
for that.
How about if he fought you winner take all?
Yeah.
Would you fight him? you
Never.
idiot?
He'll never fight him.
No.
Listen, he wouldn't go a round or two with Tyson too. Listen, guys thought, even at the age Tyson is right now, the guy was one of the greatest fighters in the world, and not because, and you tell me if I'm wrong, his hand speed for a heavyweight was incredible.
insane, yeah.
I mean,
Not
the
only
guy,
that, but on top of the hand speed, the power he generates. See, speed times mass. In other words, velocity times mass equals destructive power. a bullet kills you because it's going
force.
fast. It ain't that big. It weighs less than a pound.
Force.
Weighs an ounce maybe.
Yeah.
Kills you because it's going so fast. Now, a cannonball
Gonna get hit soon.
can't travel at the speed of a bullet, or would go through 5 buildings instead of 1.
Right. Good analogy.
But it does go through 1.
I feel like I'm in a MENSA meeting right now.
No, but it is velocity times mass equals destructive power. When Mike Tyson, Rocky Marciano only weighed 186 pounds. But his best right hand thrown into machines that could measure the power, he could deadlift 1,000 pounds a foot in the air with 1 punch.
Fuck that.
Do you know how insane that is?
Yes, I do. I'm very aware of how
I'm
insane
not
that
getting
is.
hit with that shit.
Fuck no.
Well,
Fuck
you know,
no.
Marciano would beat your arms down until they dropped their arms because he
No, he did that.
Yeah,
He did
yeah.
that. A couple fights.
he pounded their arms down till
He hit him so hard in the arm that the blood vessels broke and they couldn't pick their hands
Oh,
up.
jeez.
Guess what's next? Your face.
Yeah, and
lift him up.
that means you're not going to look so good the next day.
That's a MENSA move.
Hey, you know what?
That's a MENSA move.
You want to hear somebody who was ahead of their time, even with some of the stuff we talk about, mixed martial arts and stuff? Muhammad Ali. He started that with the wrestlers and everything.
Yeah, and
you remember with
trash
Andre the
talking
Giant and him? He
Yeah,
was
but
really.
he did it for money and Showtime.
He did it for show. Yeah, I
did
think
for
it was.
You know what though? When
He
you
was a
think about
showman. He
when
was a
you think
classic
about
showman.
trash talking, you know how Jordan was a big trash talker, and now if you think about it and you go back, Muhammad Ali kind of was the first guy that I can remember that was really like a crazy trash talker, and then the others kind of followed.
He was the trash
Yeah,
talker.
he was.
That's what I was gonna
We have Jimmy Hoffa's
was
driver
professional.
coming on this week, and he was very good friends with Muhammad Ali, and we're going to talk about some of the interactions of him and Muhammad. He's an older guy now. He's
80s,
about
right?
86, I believe, 87.
Ain't that a bitch that how we talked about people that are older guys and they're not in their 60s now because we're
Yeah, right. They're all.
we're 59 and 60 and all of a sudden now they're 80s and they're older.
Yeah.
He's an older guy.
We're trying to find older guys now to talk about.
So
We
you
got
feel
up in the
younger.
age. Hey, I'm a young guy.
You know,
I just
I-
found a guy. Hey,
Yeah, you're
and I
30,
walk-
he's 27. Rob's 20. Rob, what were you going to say?
And I walked down the street, this and the other guy, and his old guy was on the other side of the street, 127 years old.
What's that,
I
Rob?
was gonna ask Bobby who was the guy that was just a prick, like the trash talker for you that you just like
In the ring with.
dude,
Yeah.
shut
You
the
know
fuck
who's
up.
the
one of those guys like shut.
Can I say the
fuck
word
up.
on the air?
Yeah,
Fuck
say it.
yes.
Biggest jerk off ever, Jim McDonald. He walked in with a group of people, an entourage. They all had shirts on that said Bobby Who.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
I know, and that didn't hurt me. I'm just like, okay, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And so are they. But I just beat him silly for 6 rounds till I knocked him out. But I mean, he didn't win like what, not a full minute of any round ever in the fight.
Well, I think the best punch you ever threw,
But
Bobby.
he was disrespectful.
The best punch I've ever seen Bobby throw, for guys who don't know, is when he was on the street. He put
Bobby,
his
right
hands
there.
up.
Isn't
I'm gonna.
That's him right there in the picture?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's
That's your favorite guy, right?
Bobby, tell him when you had your hands, a guy opened his mouth to him, and instead of throwing a right or a left, he just hit him with a headbutt, put him to sleep.
Well, see, again, the street's different. There are no rules in the street.
Yeah, dirty.
Shit
Dirty.
changes.
Hey, Bobby, I
get
know
ugly.
I know John knows, but I don't know if Mike knows. I didn't know, and we did 3.5 hours. I didn't know that you testified in Mike Tyson's trial or his case.
Yeah, I did. As a matter of fact, it was funny because Mike said to me after the trial, he said, Bobby, you're the only one I asked for. My lawyers asked for Chuck Wepner and this guy and this guy and that guy. He said I want Bobby
Watch what they said. Watch what they
to
said to when they
testify.
finish.
And here's the thing.
Bring that mic up to you, Bobby.
Yeah, sure.
pull it.
They talked to a lot about the biting the ear off thing. And I said, listen, there's a situation. I said, there is what I call situation or circumstance blackout.
And you were the commentator for that fight.
I was the commentator for Showtime for that fight. And I said, I can understand how maybe Mike just freaked out because he felt he was getting hit with elbows and forearmed and all of that he just bit his ear off out of a freak reaction because I hit somebody once myself with Donnie Lalonde, it turned out. I hit him with a forearm in the face. I never remember doing it. And I was beating him up for the whole fight. It wasn't like I was in...
Yeah, you needed to do it. Right.
It wasn't something I needed to do to get out of trouble.
Right.
and I just thought Mike maybe had a freaked out moment. And the doctors who came in said, well, Mr. CzYz is actually right. It's not called situational performance blackout, but it's called this, or this. And that was the legal terms of what it was. But they said that that's possible. That's what Mike had. In my personal opinion, after the fact, no, I think he bit a zero.
Yeah, but when
physically,
you,
of
but when
course
you
he did.
testify, what did they tell you? They told you that you don't lie, you're a straight guy.
No, I said you don't lie. I don't lie, but I don't lie.
But what did they say? They said something
Here-
real. They complimented you real well when we were talking on the phone.
Right, but and it was really weird because I said, look, understand something. When you tell a lie, you have to remember the
it.
lie, where you told it, who you told it to, what the lie was. You got to remember it forever.
Yeah.
I said, that's too much damn work.
Right.
That's just too much work.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm telling you the truth. So, and everybody over the years, I've become known as, like Tommy Parks, my trainer. We had an 18 years we were trainer fighter on a handshake. No contract, not one piece of paper, ever. Handshake.
Don't you wish things could be like that now? And it actually
Yeah, but
works.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Don King used to flower you with like what he did, what he did to a lot of fighters, and he'd kill you with paperwork and then screw you with it. So sometimes that handshake is a better deal. If you have trust.
Yeah, he had nothing bad to say about Don King.
Well, I'm gonna.
No,
well,
you know what,
you didn't
I-
have
Don-
bad
you know what,
dealings with him.
I'm
but,
surprised.
No, you know why? Wait, here's why I never had bad dealings with Don King. I understand the law.
yeah.
I know how to read,
Well,
I know how to read a contract.
Yeah, you're a little more intelligent cat.
But that's
when
my
you,
point. That's my point. You don't come to the table with an animal you don't know.
Yeah.
If you know who the animal is and you're not prepared for it, shame on you. And that's,
Yeah,
what I say.
told
to
my
you.
girlfriend.
How'd that work?
Alrighty then.
That's what I told my girl.
My point is this: if you go to look, I actually sought out Don King. He promoted my first world title fight against Slobodan Kachar. And Tyson was on the undercard. First time in history that
well,
Mike ever
you
won.
see when we went to the Cooney and the Holmes 20th anniversary. And by the way, Bernard Hopkins showed up later on in that.
That's Rob's guy.
Bernard's
Bernard
great.
Hopkins.
You brought
He
that.
used to train with us at the firehouse.
I'm glad you brought
He's
that
a
up.
great fucking fighter.
But going back to what's his name that was with us that I said earlier. You said it before, when I was talking about him. But anyway, King owed him $50,000.
Oh, okay.
And the same thing he did to Bernard Hopkins. He couldn't even get into a hotel in Atlantic City. We had to get him in. You imagine being a middleweight champ. He made up years later with Don King.
You know
But
what's
the guy
funny?
was powerful.
He was a hell of a
When
fighter.
I was with Don King on air that one time, I said to him, I said, listen, I said, I know a few things about life, and it kind of goes this way. If you don't know anything, you can't come to the table and negotiate everything. And to come to the table and negotiate everything, you got at least know
Know
half,
something. You
half
gotta
of,
know
yeah, you got to at least know half of it.
Barkley I was talking about. He owed Barkley
Barkley,
50.
yeah.
And Barkley was broke at the time. I felt bad for the guy. Nice guy.
Right,
Barkley.
nice guy. Right,
He was a very nice guy.
Once again, not an intellectual.
No.
Now, Bobby, do you agree with these top 10 trainers up here? From go down, Rob. Scroll down.
I have to go next.
Oh, you got to go next. Okay.
No.
You don't think he's number one?
How about this? Not a chance, not a fart in a windstorm.
Really? Why is that?
Well, watch this. Watch this, and watch this carefully. Who has Customato ever trained?
Besides Tyson.
No. He's trained besides Tyson.
Okay.
So I got you there, so shut up for a second.
Gonna hit me now, right?
No, I'm just playing with you. Customato
Take my ball.
only trained people who were short for their weight to championships. Who'd he train? Mike Tyson?
I see. That was his niche.
And
right?
then he had, and the Spanish fighter, it was a light heavyweight. Oh my God, I forget his name.
How about Eddie Foch?
Eddie Futch is an excellent trainer.
Excellent.
Excellent trainer.
Yeah, Eddie was.
Tommy Parks, one of the most underestimated.
Well, what's his name too? Emmanuel
trainers.
Stewart.
Man, Stewart, great trainer.
Great trainer.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal trainer. Roach.
I like him. I don't think he's the great. I mean, he's a nice guy. I don't think he's the
he
great.
goes down in the great category.
Yeah.
Because he's got his limited too.
I think Emmanuel Stewart to me was the greatest trainer
Emmanuel
ever.
Stewart, one of the greatest
Yeah.
trainers ever. because he understood. But Tommy Parks was. Here's why Tommy Parks was quiet, soft-spoken guy. Never chased the grandeur. Never chased all the fame and fortune. But here's what he did. Every fighter he ever trained, and I know because he trained a lot of them in the gym with me. Ray Mercer, Al Cole, Charles Murray, a lot of guys. Here's what he did. Took everybody as an individual. Bobby CzYz, you got a great chin. You can take certain chances. You can do this. Your speed is limited to this. Your power is good. This. Durability, unbelievable.
Well, I think that's what made you a great fighter, because you could take those chances other fighters wouldn't step into.
But
you would release your hands, other fighters wouldn't, because you knew
they couldn't, because they got hit. Then
yeah, there you go. And
I knew I could take it.
Yeah, so
I knew if you hit me with, I didn't care.
Well, they hit you with 10 and 15 punch combinations. Sometimes you kept coming at them. So you were a unique fighter. So Parks had a lot to work with you.
Right,
so other fighters don't have that ability.
At the same time, he worked with a lot of other fighters, made them world champions because he concentrated on their assets, polished them, their deficits, and minimized them. Yeah, that's the mark of a great trainer.
This great trainer is like my friend Denny Brown. He never made it big like that, and he was always in the gyms with with Bernard and and.
But if you don't get attached to a Mike Tyson,
right? Why
would Customato? Nobody remember Customato.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. Because Denny never had that shot.
You won't even remember his name.
But he's got great knowledge in
How about this? Customato trained Jerry Cooney. Almost got Cooney killed in the gym. In the gym, the sparring partners almost knocked him out. They fired him after.
So I got to ask about this. Why did Jerry Cooney lose the fight? He was winning 12 fucking rounds. How did he lose that fight?
Who was he fighting?
Yeah,
Holmes.
What fight were you watching?
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you talking about?
What fight were you watching?
Listen.
Wait, listen, man.
What round did he knock him out in?
What?
What round did he knock him out in?
Late. It was late.
13th. Okay.
Yeah,
it was so why didn't he knock him out in the second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round?
Because Larry Holmes isn't a power puncher, and Jerry Cooney can't take a punch.
But remember, Jerry Cooney was a left hook fighter.
Yeah.
And
why did he stop throwing the left hook in the 13th round and lose the fight? That's what I want to know.
He didn't stop throwing in the 13th round. He stopped throwing in the 8th round because he was getting his shit kicked out of him by combinations. Because he only could
Really?
throw.
I didn't see one fight hit.
Oh, no, you got to remember, Larry Holmes has one of the greatest jabs around, too. Larry Holmes had some jab. Larry Holmes was another guy.
Incredible jab.
Yeah.
Larry, let me tell you something.
I watched every fucking swing.
Larry Holmes, another guy. He's a nice guy.
I
was with him a couple of times.
Pull it up.
Pull up the fight?
Pull up the fucking fight.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Jerry Cooney himself didn't believe he could beat him.
No, he said it.
I'll give you that.
I did a radio.
That I'll give you.
I did a radio show with Jerry Cooney and his partner.
I'll give you that, but he beat him every fucking round.
And I did it with
Let me tell you something.
He beat him every round. I watched the fight.
No, he didn't.
I watched the fight.
He had too much to drink at dinner. He had too much to drink.
I don't drink.
And he's another good guy. Does a lot with kids, Jerry Cooney.
I'm going to mention a name you guys all know. Vito Antifermo.
Oh, yeah.
Vito Antifermo used to spar with Jerry Cooney. Guess what?
Vito Antifermo.
He chased Jerry Cooney out of the gym.
Yeah.
Jerry Cooney would stop. Vito was too much. Vito, he said, listen, let me tell you something. He said, he hit me with his left hook or his right uppercut. He said, my head hurt for 2 weeks.
Well, those were great fights.
But I could take the punch that he could throw, and I would then punch him and throw him run him out of the gym.
But I'll tell you what, I love Vito, but I think Hagler was one of the greatest middleweights ever.
Hagler is a legend.
Legend, body puncher, great body. He passed away, and really
not a
condolence to him and his family.
Not a big puncher, one punch.
Not one punch. Combinations to the body was incredible. Non-stop guy too.
No,
the guy came into the ring.
In shape forever. I mean, the best conditioning in history.
Yeah, best body puncher
besides Marciano.
Bobby, what do you think about Mayweather's father training?
Well, here's the problem with the father training: the emotion that gets attached to the statement. In other words, do this, son, do this, son, do this, son. And sometimes the son and the father don't see the same thing, and it becomes a problem. I know I had the same thing when I was an amateur. My dad was training me, and the trainer of the gym wasn't as good as my father, but my father was too emotional. And then when I turned pro, he pulled back completely. He said, I can't do this. I just can't do this.
Does his father train anybody? I know he was training Floyd for a while, right?
No, he trained other people.
He trained
other people. Do you think he was pretty good with other people?
I didn't pay that close attention to him. I didn't know him that well, so it wasn't something that was in my purview.
It was like Joe Frazier with his son. They didn't get along in the ring. I knew Joe. We'd go out with him. Joe was
And
a good guy, but
usually-
with his son, he wasn't.
Usually the son isn't as good as the original.
No, he wasn't.
It never is.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, he was a decent fighter, but he wasn't. And neither was, what's his name, the Spanish fighter,
Chavez.
not Chavez's sons. I know he's out
yeah,
there.
but he's not that.
I'm talking about the kid that
not as
died,
good as his
Camacho.
Camacho.
Camacho's son, same thing.
Not the same. Not as good as the old man.
Yeah, we were out drinking one and we were talking
The
about
original is better than
Yes.
than the copy.
Well, these guys came from hardcore backgrounds, and I think the kids are good kids.
Well, they've all been pampered.
Pampered,
a
right.
little.
So they're not going to have that same
killer. They're not killers.
That same instinct.
Now, Bob, when you look at this picture, kid, like being that you were in that fight, can you remember that moment? Like,
Not exactly, because I got hit a lot of times.
I was just curious.
Matter of fact, in the second or third round, Holyfield hit me with like the best left hook he ever threw, and I said, "Nice shot." And
You said that to him?
And Larry Merchant said, "Do you realize Bobby Chez just said nice shot to Evander Holyfield?" He said it on the air, and like
I was watching that fight.
and it made
Yeah.
you understand all my friends were like, "Did you really say that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get cracked by Holyfield with everything he's got and go, nice shot.
Well, I figured I would let him know he did his job.
He's trying to intimidate him in a different way.
I wasn't
He's trying-
intimidating. You know what I was doing?
Yeah.
I was just
Tell him you're not hurting
just letting
me.
him know.
Yeah.
Good shot, but I'm still here.
I didn't give a
Right.
fuck.
I think he
Still
knew
here.
that, though.
No, he knew that
You
going in.
frustrated him. Well, going in, he knew it.
No,
but
going
during
in,
the fight, he
going
really
in, he
knew it.
didn't think I was that tough, and then all of a sudden he went, "Oh, this shit's not. This
is
shit's
real.
not-
If
real.
you sit home
He
and
said, get the fucking hot sauce.
About to
I
get
would
real.
tell you guys, go home and watch that fight
Yeah.
because I watched it 100 times already, and watch him coming forward, no matter what he hit him with. That's got to be a frustrating thing for an opposing fighter, knowing that you really can't.
Not only
put
that,
this
but
guy-
watch this. Count the first round. Holyfield throws 87 punches.
Damn.
87 punches, more punches than he's ever thrown as a heavyweight.
What were you doing
And they-
counting the fucking punches?
I wasn't.
No,
They
after
They counted him. I counted him after the fact.
You guys fell into that.
But they counted the people, the commentators counted it, but I counted it after the fact. But here's the thing: fifth round, I threw 84 punches. He threw 41.
Wow.
I doubled his output, and he was getting beat.
Yeah, so they shook the fucking bottle up and
Is
made
that-
sure that things went the way that they wanted it to go. Let's just tell the fucking truth.
Who do you
Bobby.
think now is? You still watching the fight game that much, or no? I know you're going to go into announcing with the.
You know what?
Bare knuckle
They
boxing.
have bare knuckle boxing, which I think is going to be great because that's where everything originated
Yeah.
into to what today is current boxing. But today I haven't watched that much. Here's what I have watched. I mean, Tyson Fury, giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of Tyson Fury?
I think he's incredibly quick for a man that size.
Oh yeah, he is.
He really is. I mean,
Agile. I
yeah,
never seen anybody that
he's
agile for some of that size.
Somebody that's almost 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's a
You
bad,
think he's the best
But
right
here's
now,
the
right?
thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's the thing. The first
Who's your
fight he
favorite?
had with what's
Wilder.
Well,
Bobby
Yeah,
Chez.
Deontay Wilder. First fight he had with Wilder, I thought he beat him. Everybody thought he beat him, but because he got knocked down, everybody figured, okay, there is the opportunity for a rematch. We'll
Yeah,
change.
right.
We'll
To
cheat him.
give it
We'll
to
cheat
him.
everybody.
Right.
We'll make it a draw. Now in the second fight, watch this. I have a friend of mine who's a big bettor. He said, Bobby, who would I bet on? I said, bet every dime you can bet on Deontay Wilder in this rematch. He said, why? I said, because here's what happened. If Deontay Wilder figured out what I figured out, and that is that Deontay Wilder doesn't have a good chin, even though Tyson Fury doesn't have a great chin either. The fact that Deontay Wilder doesn't have a good chin, and I think toward the end of the fight, Tyson Fury figured it out.
Oh, Tyson's got his number now.
I said he's
got his
gonna
number.
beat the crap out of him. He's gonna knock him out in the 7th or 8th round. What happened?
Yeah.
Second fight.
Well, again,
Banged him out.
a real good fighter because Wilder's tough. He's fast. He's only got one hand.
No,
only
Wilder's not that tough.
No, not tough with he can't take a punch.
But
like
here's the thing: good is your ability to give an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Tough is your ability to take one.
Yeah, take
he's
one.
good, but
he's not tough. You're right.
Not that
Yeah,
tough.
you're right. But he has one hand. He's a one, and I think once Fury he's got his number. I think if he ever gets in these rings,
Here's the thing: it isn't about the one punch or the one number. It's about the fact that Tyson Fury can hit him first.
Yeah.
Tyson,
Sure.
can-
That makes
at
a
the
big
end of the-
difference.
He's got him at the end of the
That
jab.
makes a
He's got him at the
Which
end.
means all the combinations
Yes,
be set
comes
up
behind it, right.
And Tyson
Wilder doesn't
and
come
Deontay
in.
is going to get hit now.
Got to take the hit.
Once he gets hit, he's
in
done.
order to
Well,
hit.
yeah, well, change his whole style of fighting.
If I
Because
was
Wilder's a fighter,
I don't
that
have
came
to be
forward.
6 foot. I don't have to be 7 feet tall. If I was 6'5", I would beat both of them.
Yeah, well, you got
body shot
you got
with that.
Wilder
I know.
that
I know you
didn't back up against anybody. He started backing up, fighting
You go right in
on
and
his
take
heels.
hits
Yeah,
right there.
And when
he's
a
gonna
fighter-
have to go
Break
into
their
Tyson.
ribs. Be breaking their
Tyson's
ribs.
gonna kill him.
Yeah,
Hitting
he can't fight Tyson Fury like that, and he was fighting him, going
There's
backing
a
up.
piece.
He's
Unfortunately,
got no ability there.
Like you said, Bobby,
Unfortunately-
he has to go in and take the damage
Right.
to
He
get.
can't take the damage.
I think you said that.
unfortunately, there's a piece of boxing.
He's got to be
That's
hit. in
just
order to
raw.
Hit someone.
There's a
That's-
piece of
that's the
boxing
negative.
that is
He's
just
negative
about
off the
like
rip.
Ray Mercer.
And I
Ray
don't
Mercer-
like being negative off the rip.
Even though Ray Mercer's got a great jab and can box, Ray Mercer's
Got the point.
is about the power. And Ray Mercer, and here's the funny thing, and I said this to Tommy Parks forever. Tommy Parks used to say to Ray, if you ever trained 80% as hard as Bobby does, you'd beat Tyson.
Yeah.
He had a great chin, he had great jab, he had speed, he had everything. He just wouldn't train completely correctly in the gym. I never understood it.
Yeah.
Bobby, who's your favorite boxer other than yourself? Who's your favorite boxer?
I'm not my favorite boxer, honest to God. I'm really not. I have mixed emotions about combinations. I'll give you a great example, and you'll understand this. Rocky Marciano epitomized who I wanted to be in my head and physically, because I was short arms, short this, short that.
That was like your role model.
My role model. He was my and don't quit and train to forever and just don't quit and blah blah blah. Yet Sugar Ray Robinson could box, he could punch, he could beat you to death going backwards.
That's who when I was
Sideways,
playing around, that's who my trainer made me watch.
Right. I mean, but here's the thing: you can watch him, you can't replicate him.
Fuck no.
You can't replicate. See, because that's it. You can't replicate Marciano either. But if you watch them both, and I've read the biographies of Marciano, I've read the biographies of Sugar Ray, I've read the biographies of Ali. Some of the greatest of all time. I've read them. I've gleaned some things from them that I tried to incorporate in me.
Like a little piece here,
But
a
I
little
s-
piece
right,
there
but I
that
still-
worked for you.
But I still got to be me. I still got to develop my style, me. It still has to be me. What I can do with the things I've learned that they did so well that I can't do as well as them.
But I got to tell you, we got to wrap up, Bobby. But as a tribute to you, friend, obviously, but you are one of the greatest talents in the sport, well known in the sport, well spoken in the sport, and aren't you in the Polish American Boxing Hall of Fame?
You're
he
gonna,
is.
you're gonna you're gonna laugh at this story really quickly.
I know it, so I won't blow
I'm
it.
in the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm in the Italian American Hall.
I knew
of
you
Fame.
were going to. I knew I was going to say that next.
I'm in the New York Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. And then
How'd you get up there?
Eventually, I got into the Polish American Hall of Fame after the fact. I got like backed in.
Right.
So I got up in front of all the Polish people, and I said, Polish people get pinged all the time. They get pinged and banged on for being stupid. I said, I know where it came from. Most of you haven't got a clue. And this is a Polish audience of like 500 people, 700 people.
Where'd it come from?
Here's where it came from. In World War II, Polish was a small country.
They didn't have an army.
They didn't have an army.
I know.
And
I read all kinds of history on
and,
Poland.
and Germany went through them in 2 days.
Yeah, they had an underground army
And
that
here's
was
what-
incredible,
and-
though. They did have that.
But here's what happened. Some of the Polish people went out and fought the tanks on horseback.
Yes.
And they said, what are you, stupid?
Fought the tanks on horseback?
On horseback.
Hey,
That's how
they got balls.
Well,
Big-
you had.
big, giant balls,
Yeah.
but little
Cojones.
bit of
It's
stupidity goes
stupidity.
in there because you can't beat the horse.
But at least they didn't give up.
You can't beat the tank on the horse.
But at least they took the match.
Right, but they died.
Well, at least they took. I'm trying to like.
They died in honor. They
Bos-
died, no, I get it. I get
They
I
died
get
like
it.
a man.
They were
So
willing
I said,
to die.
I said, okay, yeah, I get it.
Willing
so,
to
so I
die.
said to the Polish
And you
people,
got to give credit where
Yeah.
credit's
I
due.
said, look, I get that part was a little crazy. I said, but you guys didn't vote me in for 10 years, and now on the backside you vote me in.
Now that you're
I said, you guys are starting to live up to that shit.
Here's your fucking horse, right?
Hey, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But let me
Here's
say
your
it,
horse and here's my
for the-
tank, motherfucker.
For the people out there, Bobby will be back on for sure.
Absolutely.
And we'll keep you informed on what he does in his boxing announcing career.
Yeah, with
and
the knuckle fighting, right?
Yeah.
bare knuckle.
Bare knuckle.
It's bare knuckle boxing, and I'm going to be doing it starting in April. And hopefully it's good, and hopefully it's fun. But I'm going to make it a lot more enjoyable than you would have had otherwise.
And,
Great,
and Bobby, when that comes in April, where can people see that? And
I believe the first fight's going to be in Florida. I'm not sure. I think Jacksonville, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
But you'll announce it here, right?
I will announce it for you here. Right?
I got to bring my friend over from the UK, great fighter, Brian Cockington. So say hello to Brian. He broke his back, and he just had some operations. And again, I got a lot of friends on the other side. So
I know
hello
we got
to
it
all
right.
you guys.
Aren't you kind of shy? These UK fighters can fucking fight. They can fucking fight. There's a lot of good fucking UK fight.
When you drink that much and party that much, you got to fight, right?
Yeah, I guess you get a lot of practice.
The pubs.
No, see, here's
what comes out of pubs.
See, again, you guys are misinterpreting the shit.
It's a pub guy.
Here's the thing. Good is your ability to give an ass whooping. Tough is your ability to take
one.
Most of those guys are just tough as shit.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. You hit them with all you got,
Right.
but you ain't in condition, so you get tired, then
And
they
win.
kick your
That's
ass.
right. Yes,
then they beat you to death.
That's right.
Tommy.
Good point.
Good
Yeah.
point. Thanks, Tommy.
We all got some money here. We'll lay some money down. Maybe see Bobby fight Mike and see who wins. Should we do that?
Yeah, as soon as we're off the air, we don't want to see. We don't want any evidence on camera that Bobby killed Mike.
I don't want.
I'm not going to jail.
I don't want Bobby to lose.
No, we're doing it off the air.
I don't want him to lose his knuckle contract. Okay? All right, let's leave it at that.
Hey, great having you, Bob.
Oh, my pleasure, bro.
My
You know
brother.
that.
It's a beautiful morning in New York City.